Shine. Grab your coffee cup, come spend some time. I know it's early, the start of a new day. No need to worry, it's Local Cafe. Rise and shine, baby, wake and bake. Clear out your mind, maybe, just take a break. Local Cafe. Chill out with us today.
So as y'all see from the thumbnail, Mean Kens may have to come out just a little bit today. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what the plan is. Our lovely manager is gonna make her appearance today, but hopefully all goes well. Let's go and get into it, guys. You know I'm not alone. I have my lovely, beautiful, and amazing co-host, Miss Beans, and the new manager, Miss Becky. Miss Becky, Miss Beans, how are you guys doing today?
I think we're doing pretty good. Let's just start off because I want some normalcy before we get into the chaos. So what do you have in your cup, Ken?
Sweater weather is in my cup today. We have the blend of Tim Hortons and Bones Coffee, sweet tater, blended together. It's beautiful.
Nice. So I have the Cafe Bustelo in my little to-go cup because right after this, I actually have to go to my real job. And then I also have some Mori Soñando, which is like a Dominican drink. It's orange juice and milk kind of like mixed together with a little bit of ice and a little bit of sugar.
Orange juice and milk.
We can't hear you. Because apparently we can be managed by somebody, but she can't even manage her own equipment.
But
it's because my cat manages me. Anyway, she's been all over my keyboard last night. I am drinking a protein coffee shake. Funny to see you just drinking Cafe Bustelo again. Anyway, Ken, I love Sweater Weather. That's actually one of my favorite songs by The Neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, it's a great song.
Good song.
So we're starting off early. Justin Masters with the 10. Keep Beans, Ban Becky. She'll disappear to spread for bread again. Justin, thank you, sir. Always a supporter of mine. There we go. So, ladies, are we going to have a good show? Are we going to be civil? Are we going to make this?
What do you think, Beans? Are we going to have a good show?
Well, Ken and I know how to put on a good show. I don't know about you.
We'll see how well Beans can behave. That'll determine if this is a good show or not.
Okay.
I'm already feeling it, ladies. I'm already feeling it.
Well, ever since you said yesterday about me getting my little hooves on this show, just because they're hooves doesn't mean they can't slap. Remember that.
Well,
so I just woke up today and I saw this thumbnail. Whoever made that. So are we going to start? You're just going to talk about me. You're going to try to fire me. Like, wow. Sorry. I need to get the script that you gave to me. Oh, wow, Becky. This is such a original idea. Nobody saw this coming. You're so pretty.
You know what I saw coming? Doug Savannah with the Canadian Tour every morning. Becky, go away. It's coffee time. Love you, Beans. Doug Savannah, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I need to start chugging this coffee because somebody's about to get it.
Ken, the referee, he's here, ladies and gentlemen. He will make sure this is calm and this is civil. This is a chill show, ladies. Let's try and keep it chill, okay? Let's try and do that.
You know what I like about you, Ken? That you know to stay out of women's business.
Yeah, I do my best. You know, and as I've told people, you know, Beans can handle herself. I do not have to step in for Beans. But if more than one person comes in here and goes after Beans, y'all will see with the quickness. I will stand up. But, you know, it is what it is. All right. So, Beans, I think our fans want to see the birds, the Daily Express. So let's get into a little bit of normalcy, shall we?
Of course. So today is February the 26th. It's what day is it? I don't know. Sorry, I can't remember when I'm seeing such a disgrace on my screen. So today is the 26th, and we're going to get into our famous Big Bear Eagles, Jackie and Shadow.
All right, guys, so we're coming in on the countdown. I think we're 8 days away from the hatching. This is their third attempt at it. Hopefully they make it happen because we want to see babies here on Locale Cafe. It'll be super cute. It'll be super beautiful. And that's what we want. We see, again, I have no idea how to tell these dudes apart, but, you know, we're making it happen. Let's check out our other cam. We have no threats in the air. That raven went away, I believe. But, you know, we want our birds to come through here on Locale Cafe, and it's going to be super cute whenever it does happen.
So I've been wondering why they've been sticking out their tongues like that lately. And apparently eagles do not have sweat glands. So to cool off, they open their mouth and stick out their tongue. And that's just a way for them to kind of cool down, just like how we sweat, like how Becky is a sweaty ass pig.
Apparently I'm going to be the nice one today. Yeah, I grew up with pet birds, and a lot of times when they pant like that, they're also a little stressed. So I guess, how do you know they're 8 days away from hatching the eggs?
So it's actually 9 days. I apologize. So when the whole thing happened, we started Locale Cafe. We wanted like wholesome content to start. So we found this YouTube channel that had the eagles, and they had a lot of information on it. And according to the YouTube channel, which is like a national forest, it's reputable. That's when they planned out according to when the eggs were laid. That's the word I'm looking for.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know they could predict with such accuracy.
Yep. So, you know, and this is their third attempt. The other 2 times, unfortunately, didn't pan out. So we're hoping third time's the charm for them. So, the Daily Horoscope, February 26th. I'm gonna say this one. I think Miss Beans needs a breather right now. People born on February 26th are loving, kind, filled with compassion, and extremely romantic. They are open for new encounters, adventurous relationships, always ready to revolve around someone, and inspiring with admiration, only if they get the same treatment in return. I think that's a great daily horoscope for you ladies right now, because I'm sensing there's some tension in the air, right? I think if we had a little bit of mutual respect, just a little bit of I can instead of can't, right? We both had a little I can attitude. I think we can make this happen. You know, Becky coming in, it was a strike to the cafe, it was a strike to the audience, but it can be for the positive. It'd
be nice for a while, at least until my coffee kicks in.
Beautiful. All right, Ms. Beans. Day in history.
So,
let's get it.
Yes, sir. So in this day in history, February 26th, in 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte escapes from exile from the island of Elba and begins his 100 Days campaign. Very interesting if you know any history out there. In 1870, the New York City's first subway tunnel was opened, but it was abandoned after a few years.
Interesting.
In 1917... Oh, what were you about to say?
I'll say, have y'all heard of like the secret DC tunnels that like the senators and people use in DC to like get around from the different buildings? Have y'all heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty cool thing. So there's actually a secret like subway system because when they built the subways in DC, they kind of implemented this as well. So senators and judges and obviously people that are in elected positions can have a safe way of traveling without being in the public eye. So it's actually pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've heard of the Disney ones. I'm sure your wife knows about that.
Yeah.
What does your wife work at Disney?
No, she loves Disney and I hate Disney.
Oh.
I hate Disney with the passion.
interesting.
Yeah. They've gotten thousands of my dollars, and I hate them for that. But she loves it. It was special for her, so that's really all that matters.
Have you ever watched Meat Canyon, Ken?
I have not.
Oh my gosh. They're animated shorts that are really disturbing. It's like a really crazy art style, but they have one for Disney adults. Maybe I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, that'd be funny. She'll probably get a kick out of it, honestly.
So moving on. 1917, the first jazz record was ever recorded. I love jazz, as you can tell, with the whole theme song for Cafe. We love our jazz here. In 1932, Johnny Cash, the American country music legend, was born. And then we can just say in 1970s, Becky found that outfit.
1970s look nothing like this. You're too young to even make jokes like that. This is more like 1950s, maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. It just looks like you're trying to cosplay the traditional wife that you've been talking about.
Oh no, I just like dressing nicely, unlike somebody else here.
Well, this is.
Well, it seems like me and Ken got the memo of having like polo shirts on, and you seem like you're dressing up for Halloween, so.
Oh, I just don't need to wear a polo shirt. I know how to dress to impress for the camera.
Brood for your
Let's continue, Ken.
Brood for your brain, useless.
For a woman to have the Napoleon complex, because I feel like Beans has it today.
I think there's some unresolved tension going on right now because I know that there was a little bit of back and forth with you two ladies. I know there was a little bit of animosity, elevated feelings, and I don't know if they were resolved before Becky was put on Cafe. So I think that's kind of the elephant in the room, so to speak.
I don't know if we really need Beans here. Ken, I feel like we vibe perfectly well just on our own.
No, I can't do that. I can't. See, you got me not even saying can't, Becky.
I thought we were supposed to be in a Kane mood. What happened? See, look, I got him laughing already. Something you haven't managed to do yet today, Beans.
I'm trying.
Well, I'm just going to pay attention to our lovely viewers who actually like the cafe the way that it is. Alex Erickson actually became a cash cow. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Thank you for that membership. It's always beautiful. Guys, if you're not in the Discord, please get in the Discord because crazy stuff has been happening ever since the weekend, actually. It's just nonstop, and it's hard to keep track of it just on shows. So I've told people all the time that $10 a month is solely worth it for the Discord. Solely for the Discord. It's always moving. There's all time zones in there. Drama always. Wings held the Discord hostage yesterday, and we also, yes, you know what I mean? Like, VCs were gone. Like, there was no VC, and Maine was almost unreadable. So I'm telling you guys, there's a lot in there, and the $10 a month is solely worth it for that.
Oh, totally. And if you hang out on the Discord enough, you might even get your own show, like Ken and Beans have, even if you have no talent like Beans.
Justin Masters with the 10. The only thing impressive about Becky's outfit is that they made it for her size. And oh boy, Trog with the gifted. Thank you, oh boy, Trog, always. And Pamela Brooks was gifted that membership. Please thank oh boy, Trog, for that generosity.
If you guys hate having me here so much, you better tell your friends about this stream, because if we don't get the viewers up, then I'm going to have to stay here. The quicker we get the viewers over 1,000 per episode, the sooner I can leave. So tell your fucking friends and do something about it besides bitching. Ooh, I was trying not to curse besides complaining. Sorry. Don't want to upset sensitive ears in the morning.
Damn. Chat, she loves you guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can feel the love. Colin with the Australian 3099. Love the show. Beans and Ken doing such a great job. Love getting up and watching every day with my second favorite show. First is Lockout Live. You're the best, Beans and Ken, and you both deserve this show. Thank you for that support all the way from Australia. That is fucking beautiful. Oh, see, not Becky got me cussing. That is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Told you we vibe. We're just on the same page, Ken.
Beans, I need Beans. Give me something. Beans, give me something, please.
I'm trying. I truly am. So today, for the Brood for Your Brain Useless Facts, the British drink about 100 million cups of tea a day, which is very impressive. That's 36 billion cups a year, enough to fill 50,000 Olympic swimming pools.
Bro, that is wild. I mean,
and apparently, continue.
I'm curious
I hate
how
the delay.
I'm curious how the Americans are with coffee compared to that, because we're such a much bigger country, right? And the British, I guess UK, whatever you want to call it, could literally fit in the Midwest. So how are we with coffee? That's my question.
It's very true. I guess we can try to find that out and have that for our useless facts tomorrow. But apparently it's illegal to drive a dirty car in Moscow. So that means you would probably go to jail, Becky, for your dirty... I was going to curse. I'm sorry. So if your car is too dirty, you can get fined. Apparently Moscow doesn't tolerate muddy vehicles, like your muddy room.
What were you saying? I'm kind of drifting off. Your voice puts me back to sleep. Can't you at least speak in a more entertaining way, like ups and downs, some inflection, some emotion? Bring some energy. Wake me the fuck up. You're putting me to sleep. I'm sorry. Wake me up. You're putting me to sleep, and I'm just new around here, and I'm already exhausted.
I think you're exhausted by carrying around those two giant bags on the front of your body.
Hi, I'm Beans. Here's our useless fact for the day. Oh, Ken asked me a question, but I don't have the answer to that because I didn't plan my show very well. I'll make it a useless fact for tomorrow. Are you asleep yet? I'm hoping if you're half asleep, you won't realize that I suck at my job.
I'm Becky, and I think I'm so entertaining because I have such a Valley Girl voice, and I just plan out all of my shows by having everything scripted. Yay! Is that good enough?
It sounds better. Just drop the Valley Girl part and go with the ups and downs more.
Random for life with the $5.
Okay.
Attitude is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Optimism is a choice. Kindness is a choice. By Rob T. Bennett, The Light in the Heart. Ladies, we need some light in your heart right now. There's, the dark side. I don't know what I'm about to cuss. Dark Leppy is encompassing Local Cafe right now. I need y'all to embrace the light.
Ooh, I love that I'm bringing out the anger in you, Ken. Oh my God, what a man.
I told y'all gonna see angry Ken in this damn episode. Oof.
Oh, see, Beans, you got to take lessons from Ken. He's got that emotion in his voice today.
Lily for the 10. Fun fact, Finland is the country that consumes the most coffee per capita. Finnish coffee culture is insane. Morning all. All right. Oh, man. Ken, hold on. Lizzie, I ignored it. Whoa. Don't you put that BS on me. Lizzie with the 5. Her outfit is cute as fuck. So maybe someone is mad that Becky has the chest to fill it out.
Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Oh, boy, Beans, you have a hater. I didn't know something so boring could have a hater.
Sticky Chick,
We
welcome
have
to
many
Band World.
haters.
All right.
I mean, I just don't fully understand the point of you being here, Beans. Like, if I were to do a coffee analogy, it's like drinking coffee without flavor. What is the point? You're like the worst kind of decaf.
That's probably one of the stupidest things I have ever heard. A coffee without flavor. You mean a coffee without creamer or sugar? Because a lot of people do that. A lot of people drink their coffee black. And usually that means that they can take a lot more probably than you can by diluting your coffee.
Oh, no, I drink my coffee black too. But I mean that you're bland like a flavorless, stale coffee. And I'm about to lose my cool with you. You know what? I'm going to be quiet. Go on with your show.
The chat wants to hear
Do you
more
want
from
to start
Beans.
off with
So
more from me? I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm letting this pig get to me. But let's move on.
With more emotion than you're using right now, Beans.
All right.
Beans, you know what they need from you? So next up we have I Can't with Ken and Beans, right? They started putting you in there. Give me some I Can't, Beans. Give it to me. Give me some I Can't.
So for I Can't with Ken and Beans, apparently when drivers overtake you on the road and then slow down once they're in front of you, I absolutely hate that. That happens a lot here in Florida, actually. Do you experience that on the daily,
Oh yeah.
Ken?
Oh yeah. The problem is too, I hate people who are in front of me that drive slow. So I need to get around them because I like having free flowing in front of me, right? So that really irritates me, especially when people do that. And then they're coming up. You can see them in the review just swerving, even out of lanes, and they get in front of you because they're at the head of the line, and they just stop. Like, really, bro? All of that.
Where's the emotion? Ken's got a little bit more emotion than you, Beans. Clearly, he's the one who carries the show. But I'll tell you a story about when I cut off somebody, actually. It was unintentional. I got in front of them, and the guy was so pissed at me because he wasn't letting me in until I finally forced my way in there. He was getting so pissed at me. I literally saw him yelling in the car behind me through the rear view mirror. And instead of giving him the finger, I just went like this and dismissed him. Ooh. Ooh, he was so mad, and it felt great.
I'd be mad too if some pig took up multiple lanes.
Yeah, well, I can't drive, so I'm not a pig.
Beans, read the bean counter's donation. That's perfect for you.
Oh, the bean counter. So it says here, the bean counter 12 with the $10. I love Ken and Beans. Becky is going to ruin the show. Oink, 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 oink.
Where does it say? Oh, that was a donation.
Yeah.
I'm trying really
Yeah,
hard.
because we know how to read donations here. We pay attention to our viewers.
You have to pay attention to the low donations because your viewers are cheap and don't donate $20 or higher. Do you even have text to speech on this show?
We do not.
That's because you don't have enough donations over $20. Maybe if you did, you would get text to speech. Text to speech has a more flavorful voice than you do, Beans.
I love how you say that we don't pay attention to our viewers just because they have low donations, which all donations are perfect donations no matter what. You actually got a crown a couple days ago, and it took you like, what, 20 minutes to notice?
Oh, yeah, because I was busy focusing on the content, which is what brought the crown in the first place.
I didn't think that reading a script was so hard.
Oh, maybe that's because there is no script, but it seems like you could use one because these comebacks are about as lame as you are.
Okay.
Justin Masters with the 10. I absolutely can't. When a crap comment or a comment creator throws, I think he meant content creator, throws around life-ruining allegations for sympathy clout.
Oh, you're talking about me. It's the same old thing that people can bring up. That or my house or whatever. Use your brains. Be a little bit creative. Now I understand why Beans appeals to you. That's about the limit of your mental capacity.
Doja with the $9.99. Good morning, Cafe Cult Maker Day. A great one. Love Ken and Beans. Doja, you are amazing. Thank you, sir.
Oh, it seems like Local Aussie is also in our chat saying, and they left their crown in waiting for over an hour.
We don't rely on viewers for our show. We just bring them in when we're ready. We actually have show ideas that are interesting. So we can't just interrupt them all willy-nilly. What's next on your docket thing? Please, I'm falling asleep.
Marcio, hey, when you going to get rid of Becky? I thought Cable was supposed to be the chill show. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell everybody this. Keemstar wants all the shows at 1,000 live concurrent viewers. And we were trying different things out. And what we were trying out just flat out did not work, right? When we had people on the show, hosts on the show, that did inflate viewers because they wanted to see the content and the hosts and everything. Right now, we're at like 400 concurrent. So thank you all 400 that are here. But the thing is this, we have to get to 1,000. If we don't get to 1,000, bye-bye Cafe. That's just, he doesn't care about donations. He doesn't care about, he wants 1,000 live concurrent viewers. So until we get there, Becky's going to be here until that happens, or Keem's going to say, sorry, Cafe, it's a wrap. Thank you for what you did.
That's right.
So it just is what it is, chat. I love y'all for being here. I really do. Our core audience, that's why we do this. But we have to get to 1,000 live concurrent. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if we don't, You see what we get. So
Oh, Rewind is being passive aggressive in the comments. This must be Xylee. We have 3 crowns and Aussie has 6. Congrats, Becky, on the 1 crown. Oh, but who's the show that makes the most money overall? We don't need the crowns as badly as you do. It's okay.
I'm being told we missed some donations, guys. I'm sorry if we missed the donations, but I mean it sucks, and I do apologize. Video games with
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to go back just real quick. Let's get some of those missed donations. So we have Luna L. Faye. She said, Becky, sit properly. Pushing your chest out, isn't it?
Oh, actually, I'm slouching to make my chest less. If I sit properly, it looks a lot bigger. But fine, here you go. Sit properly.
Video games with the 10. I'm really interested in knowing about Becky's father and his impact on her life. How did he influence you in your current situation?
Today's actually my dad's birthday, so he's not going to watch this, but happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
My dad was a traditional provider. He was a software engineer for most of his career. Very smart guy. And when I was a young kid, he was too busy working and he wasn't really interested in kids very much. But as I got older and was able to have more intelligent conversations, we'd have conversations about every topic, especially once I started working. We would talk a lot about strategy with each other. I love my dad a lot. Very, very smart and unconventional thinker.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My father was a piece of shit, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
No, you're fine.
So Rostov is actually in the Discord saying that you're a little bit quiet, Ken. I don't know if you noticed that before.
Yeah,
if you can turn yourself up.
Yeah, so I got the new mic. I tried to mess with the settings some, but yeah, I'll turn myself up a little bit. Chat, let me know if I'm blowing out y'all ears or whatever. That way I can do it. But yeah, I got the...
She said happy birthday to my dad. Appreciate you.
That's beautiful.
Nice to people who are nice to me. Beans.
Anyways, so somebody else in the Discord said Tina is what brought them their crown. Also, she did not notice because of the quote-unquote content that she missed. She actually missed it because she was so busy putting a bulldog photo up next to Tina on screen because she was too high to do anything else.
I think that was funny. It was so funny it made it onto Reddit. That is content. It's understated content, which is what I think Beans thinks she is, but Beans is just boring instead.
You know what, ladies? I think the quote of the day is going to be beautiful right now. The quote of the day is, it's not a question of can or can't. There are some things in life you just do. I think right now what we need to just do is just have some mutual respect all the way around. And, you know, people feel what they do about Becky, but the 100% thing is Becky brings views. She just does, right? People in chat may hate her. People in chat may say what they want to say about her. But nerds, the analytics of nerds speak for themselves. It just does. You can't argue it. So that's why she's here to help us out. Let's try and keep an open mind. You know what I mean? I know some people don't like it. Some people say it's trash. We got to keep an open mind because I want Cafe to stay. I want Cafe to stay. And if I have to deal with this for Cafe to stay, I'll deal with it, guys.
A little passive aggressive at the end there, Ken.
When I said this, I meant I was trying to point to both of you, but my mic was moving away. I don't like the bickering. I don't like the yelling. I don't like the passive aggressive between you two ladies. All right. What I want is a calm, civil, happy show. Right? That's what I want. Is that going to happen? Lord Jesus, I hope so.
So Seth looks with the $4.99. The only idea Becky has to get 1K viewers is manufacturing drama, and that's anti-creativity. I agree, Seth. And then we also have...
Before we move on to the next one, can I just remind you what universe we're a part of? This is the LCU. Who owns and created and runs the LCU? Keemstar. What show did he start that made him huge on YouTube? Drama alert. What the fuck? What the F? Excuse me. Are people just stupid around here? I don't know. Maybe you need your morning coffee and you need one that's stronger than Beans. Maybe like Ken level flavor and boldness. That would be good. I think you should have one and wake that brain up.
Okay. I think what they have problems with is manufacturing drama, because for your show, you don't have a creative little brain and you have to probably go to ChatGPT and say, what's something that can entertain people that just want drama?
Is your passive aggressiveness right now, is that fake? Is that scripted? Is that manufactured? Or is that real beans?
What
I
is
think
real?
my
Go ahead.
continue,
Go
Ken.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, no, no.
What is real is this 1999 donation we just got from Sticky Chick. This is for Becky, who brings life and entertaining conversation to this dead show.
So, Sticky Chick, how did you get sticky? Were you rolling around on Becky's floor? Because it seems like you were.
Twisted SMF, welcome to Band World. Appreciate you, Twisted. Now, what I'm not going to take is somebody talking shit about my show. All right, this is not a dead show. All right, this is a morning show that's growing, right? We get no promotion. We get no redirect. We get no one talking about it except for lower tier shows, right? Unless people want to talk shit about it like fucking Wings, all right? This is not a dead show. We're trying to grow, and we got Becky in here to help us. Fuck.
Can.
Sorry.
Oh, it's even cuter when you apologize. This is a new side of you I haven't seen yet. I like it. That's waking me up. This is good shit. Beans,
He's
keep
married.
up.
Okay. So the quote of the day, I think that we already went over that. I'm sorry, I can't pay attention with this ringing in my ear from an annoying ass voice. But we can move on to the tweet of the day from Crispy Wrestling.
Oh, yeah. So let's show this one real quick. It's just the easiest way to do it. So we got Crispy Wrestling, Logan Paul. I don't make mistakes. Here he is in Japan doing what he did in Japan. And we'll leave it at that. Evidently, you know, Logan Paul has a certain thought about himself. He has this certain, you know, image and stature of himself. But when you do things like this, you can't brag on yourself. You know what I mean? And the backlash he got was insane. Well deserved though.
Yep. Thank you, Twisted SMF, for becoming a Band World member. Also, thank you, Queen J, because she upgraded to Cash Cow.
Oh, both those people come from Queens. Welcome, guys. So good to see you. Mwah.
No, Queen J has been here for a while. I pay attention, unlike you.
But they became a cash cow today. So
No, it says upgraded, you know, because she liked us so much
Yeah.
that she wants to give us more support.
yeah, so they upgraded today.
Yeah,
I
upgraded.
got them to
That means
spend
that they
more
were still a
money.
member before.
Yeah,
You
and
would
they
think that with the
didn't
degree
worth
you
the
would
money
put two
before.
together.
They didn't think you were worth cash cow before, but they do now. Thank you so much, Twisted SMF. Herbie, got nothing to say to that?
I'm lost right now. All right, let's try.
Wait,
Yes.
I'm just gonna sit back a little bit because I'm not the one that's supposed to be debating you. It's supposed to be Ken. You know, you're supposed to say why I should be off the show. Ken should say why I should be on the show.
Yeah, are you trying to get rid of Beans, Becky?
I'm trying to get rid of the weakest link. And so far, I think that's Beans. And now listen, ideally, I would love to keep her, but I also love to trim the fat. I'm doing it on myself, lost like 60 pounds so far. Thank you very much. Also doing it to the shows around the LCU. So unless she steps things up, we might have to get somebody more charismatic in here. So that's why I'm trying to help her be a little more interesting. Like now, Beans, you actually have some expression on your face. It's nice to see. Yeah, even
Did
the
you
eye
lose
roll is
60?
more than you usually do. What's that?
So I see that you've been whitening your teeth a little bit. Maybe the comments got to you because you're so sensitive. Did you lose 60 in plaque? Is that what it was?
That doesn't even make sense. Try again.
Well, listen, all right, first and foremost, Beans ain't going nowhere. All right, she's the heart of this show. I may be whatever, but she is the heart of this show. She does a lot more behind the scenes shit that I do. She makes the thumbnails because I have zero creativity, and I know that about myself. You know, she started to create the streams that I don't have to in the morning. She's picking up a lot of slack for me, right? She really, truly is. But if she goes, I have chemistry with her from like months ago, right? Because we were supposed to lockout court together, and yes, it failed. But we have a great chemistry. I'm not starting over with someone else, Becky. I'm just not. You know, if she goes, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I told people before, I kicked Billy out of here for her. No one kicks Billy the Fridge. I kicked Billy the Fridge out for her to come back because she left this show. I'm not dealing with that, Becky.
Are you sure it's chemistry or is it just comfort and convenience? Because she's like a glass of water. She's not disagreeable, but she doesn't bring any flavor or any excitement to the show either. And she might do things behind the scenes, but maybe that's where she should stay.
Nah, I can't have that. People love her and her input. She's a great yin to my yang. You know, I have whatever I have, right? I don't even know what to call it anymore, but I know she's the opposite of me. And we balance each other very well. The scales are very balanced right now. We have a great thing going, right? She does her part, I do my part, and it's gold. We just need the viewers. And we go up in viewers, we go down in viewers, but we make money on this show. We have awesome fans that support this show, and I know Keem really doesn't see too much of that. He wants viewers. We've been going up, and I just don't know. I can't lose Beans, Becky.
What is her contribution? What is her contribution exactly? Because she's just been twirling her hair for like the last 5 minutes. She can't even sit there and look
between you two. Plus, I don't need to defend myself. I'm pretty sure you can see all the comments that are cheering me on to stay versus all the ones that are telling you to go.
Well, dear people in the comments, I would love to see why you think Beans should stay. Please write your reasons. I'll read them. Hello, Rastov.
Hey, what's up? I just thought I'd jump in here from one of those lower tier shows and just ask you a question, Becky. So you're here to help them grow, right? How?
By making the show more interesting.
How? Because what happens when you leave? So what are you actually adding so that they can stay fucking successful? Sorry, not supposed to swear. What are you actually adding?
So I'm teaching them. I'm not doing like what Boogie does on Nerds where he just makes the money for them. I'm teaching them how to grow behind the scenes. I'm helping them structure the show. On the show, I'm giving them feedback, like helping with their intonation. Because the thing, dear Ken, is that the viewers will come with the content. The reason the viewers are low is because the content isn't fully there. See, right now we're almost breaking 500 viewers. And that's because there's a little more excitement that's waking people up. This is showing them firsthand. I'm not telling them, I'm showing them how to grow a show.
Currently seen is you take pot shots at Beans. So I'm just wondering what happens when you leave and there's no one else here to do that, right?
I'm trying to ignite her fire. Beans, when they're just sitting, not beans, but like coffee beans, when they're just sitting in a glass container ready to be ground, don't do anything. They're boring. There's no flavor. You have to grind them to bring out the flavor. That's what I'm doing for Beans. You're welcome, by the way.
I can't take the shit talk on my girl, Becky. Beans is my girl. She's my co-host. She's been with me. She stayed with me after Lockout Court. After that shit failed, her and Grim were there for me. I was sad as shit behind the scenes. I just didn't want to show it on camera, right? I didn't want to show it in the Discord. I didn't want people talking shit to me. They were there for me. And they helped me out through all this shit. We all helped each other because of the amount of work and time and effort we put into that shit. And now I presented Lockout Cafe to Keem. He gave me the chance. I was able to get Beans as my co-host and not fucking Foot Girl. And now it's threatened again. I don't want Lockout Court to happen again, Becky, right? I don't, because I feel this can be successful. But I need Beans to make it successful.
Beans needs to make it successful by being more interesting. I'm still not hearing any fire in your voice today, Beans.
Beans,
I'm not going to give you what you want.
Give me something.
Sounds like
Beans.
you just wanted to scream and yell. Like, what?
Exactly. That's all she
It's not
wants
a
me to do. She wants
sustainable
me to
thing.
lose my cool and just be a little lol cow for her. That's not what this show is, Becky.
I'm sorry, Rastov here from one of the lower tier shows. Are you really giving me advice on how to run a show when I'm the second most profitable show in the entire network?
I'm thinking I just asked you some questions because I like this show and I want to know what you're actually adding to it so that when you leave, it's going to be more successful, right? Because it's not like Boogie, right? Where he jumped on Nerds and he was on there the whole time. So, like, he didn't add anything. When he leaves, it's probably going to drop. Probably, right? So, like, I get if you're going to be here, right? You said yesterday you were watching and seeing what you didn't like. What didn't you like?
I didn't like how boring and flat everyone's voices are. I don't like that when I tune in to watch this show that's supposed to wake me up, it puts me back to sleep. It's very monotone. It's very flat. We need a little more excitement and energy so that people wake up. This is not a night show that's meant to lull people into a deep slumber. So I am here to bring that fire out of Beans and help her keep that fire. That is what I'm doing. Now, if you want me to do it faster, I could rip her down faster for you, Rastov. Is that what you would like?
I'm not asking you to rip her down. I'm just saying you're giving me headlines and I want the substance. I want to know specifically, right? So you're saying like it's boring, right? What about it is boring? You say, well, the monotone voices. Well, you can't change how you sound. That's dumb, right? So like, what is it? Like, what about the segments don't you like? What would you change about the segments? What would you add? What would you take away? Like, the people are just going to be pissed off at you being here unless they see you actually trying to help the show that they love because they've become members and they've donated and they want to see that you're invested in actually making it successful.
Which is why I'm here. Over 500 viewers, by the way. And not just because of me, because
many times before.
If I was doing me like I do on Queens, this would be entirely different. I'm doing this in a way that helps them. Their content is generally fine. I love their content. It's the presentation that needs work. And that's what we're working on today. I see Beans is trying to accomplish that by stuffing her chest. But now you just look like an overgrown chicken. I don't think you quite accomplished the look you were going for, Beans.
Real quick.
I think I'm looking like a pig. I think I'm accomplishing what I'm trying to accomplish.
Real
Yes,
quick,
Ken?
Random for Life, Ken of Beans. Thank you for that one. Kimberly at Beans, I subscribed to your own YouTube channel. Beautiful. Don't promote that here. Sorry. The Bean Counter, Boogie is the best manager. Yeah, fuck you, Becky. And then Paul Jackson upgraded to Cash Cow. Appreciate you, Paul Jackson.
I'd love to know what makes Boogie a better manager than me because he had less views on the show for being somebody who's been doing lol cow forever and was literally eating magic cards for donations. He had less views than I had when I was on that show, and I was just popping in and out. In like 3 days, I 10x their viewers from 100 to over 1,000, which he lost, by the way. So tell me again how he's a better manager than me. Do you want me to eat paper? Is that what would do it for you?
No, we're
I actually agree.
I
agree. Boogie sucks.
Oh,
Boogie, no, because he literally is just sitting there being the content himself, not letting the other people do anything.
And I agree. I agree with that completely. And I'm not going to be the content myself here. I'm just here to help bring that flame out of Beans. Ken's already got it. Ken's already fired up. He knows what's on the line. He's normally very calm and monotone. He's bringing some spice today. Beans, where's yours?
Yeah.
Get some excitement, some enthusiasm. Where is it, Beans?
I'm getting annoyed that you're threatening my co-host. That's what I'm getting annoyed at. That's why I'm getting passionate. They want to see Mad Ken. I can get mad, but I don't want to get too mad. But I'm just saying, I don't like my co-host being threatened. I don't know what they do on Aussie, but this ain't Aussie, all right? Not a dig at you, but I know you and Twiggy are beefing. I hope y'all got it solved. I really, truly do.
We're getting there.
But I don't want no one threatening my beans, bro. Like, 'cause I need coffee beans to make coffee to make the show. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I do.
No, that's great. I fucking love it, Ken. Sorry for the cursing. Your passion is coming out. But I'm wondering why Beans, who's the one who's directly under threat here, is just sitting there doing nothing.
Help me, Beans. Please help me. Help me. Help me. I'm trying, Beans. I'm trying.
Well, let's actually get into what our show is supposed to be, and maybe we can talk a little bit about news. But I don't want to put Becky to sleep, because the only thing entertaining to her is drinking and doing jumping jacks and probably putting her face in a toilet.
Here's the tip. When you speak, it should be more melodic, almost like you're singing a song. It should have ups and then it has downs, and it should have fluctuation, and that keeps viewers interested. Instead of being flat like this, I'm pretty sure if I were to look at this in Adobe Premiere, it would be a flat line like a person who's died. You need more inflection, more musicality to your voice.
You're like a more annoying Trisha Paytas, because every single time you end a sentence, you have to go, Every single time I'm on Queens, I have a whole bunch of stuff to do, but not really, because I have a script. That's how you talk. You think that's interesting? You sound like nails on a chalkboard, Becky.
Thank you for that compliment. You know who's extremely famous and successful? Trisha Paytas. You know who was on one of the most successful podcasts, Frenemies? Trisha Paytas. Thank you. Oh, and I'm sorry you don't like that I go like this. Oh, I'm sorry you don't like vocal fry. I can put plenty of intonation in my voice going up and down without turning up the inflection at the end of my sentence. I can just make it interesting for people to listen to. I'm just waiting for
That
you to
is
do
a
the
damn
same.
lie, because all you do is talk in a Valley Girl voice and you think that's interesting. I think you never peaked from what you call Harvard Extension School.
It's not a Valley Girl voice. This is my regular voice. If you want Valley Girl, I could do Valley Girl. This is what Valley Girl
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right.
I heard no difference, honestly, but
Remember,
okay.
this is supposed to be the coolest, the calmest, and the chillest. We're not doing that right now. We're not. We need to get there. We need to get there. All right. Fuck.
Well, I hear more reasons, Ken, why you think that Beans should be here besides the chemistry. Because I'm pretty sure you could have better chemistry with Rastov or me or even a vase of flowers at this point.
So, here's the thing. Beans understands my humor. She gets my dryness. She understands kind of my thought process. And that kind of scared me. I couldn't lie.
That was my cat. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. But
more entertaining.
Come on. But Beans, she fills the holes that I can't fill. And I fill the holes that she can't fill when it comes to the totality of the show, right? Because I have my weaknesses, right? Because I got that deep voice. It's hard for me to inflect unless I get emotional and Matt Ken comes out. But I don't think Cafe wants Matt Ken. Cafe does not want. Cafe wants the smooth, calm, and collected Ken. Beans is the alternative to that, and she balances it out. You know what I mean?
Why are your eyes twinkling at the thought of filling holes? I see it.
No, I'm not derailing what he's saying. Nope, shush.
No,
Shh.
I
I'm not here.
You know who happens to have some holes right up there? Rastov, here, let's ask you. I'm very curious. What do you think is good about Beans, and what do you think she has opportunity to improve?
Rastov, before you go, I should have said gaps instead of holes. I apologize, chat. There's nothing.
I almost died, and so did Beans.
Right choice. Holes is definitely. Everyone
I saw
must
you
have
laughing and I
holes.
just couldn't hold myself. I'm sorry.
In fact, there's no better way to wake up in the morning than having your holes filled. It's perfect.
We got holes to fill, damn it. All right, Rastov, go ahead.
Beans has the passion. She has the passion. She wants to make this work. She's actually like invested in the topics that they talk about, right? Like we all of us from these shows where we didn't come from anything have the same problem where we're not really sure what to do. So we're just kind of fumbling through it, right? It's good. Like as much as people hate you, it's good that you're here because like you said, you do have a show that is successful, right? And there's things that can be taken from that. So rather than trying to like break her down, try to build her up. Not like to break her down, then build her back up because you don't know what's going to happen when you break her down. I think that like her investment in the show and her passion for not only what she's talking about, but then outside of the show and the way that she interacts with the fans is really important. And like she said, you know, you can't fake the chemistry between two people, right? You're either going to have it or you're not. And you can tell, right? Ken and Beans both bounce off each other. That's why I enjoy it. I go to bed listening to the show, not because it's boring, but because it's like I find it peaceful. I find it soothing. And I understand that this is a drama network and that's kind of not like the vibe. But sometimes after you've got Spurgs like fucking Boogie, you need that little like decompress, right? And you don't want to send someone to a different like place to get it. You want to get it at home where you love it. You don't want to go outside of the universe to calm down. You want to stay in the universe.
So Dr. D, you know, defending my girl, whatever she said, but bringing out the fire has repercussions, especially for a female. So Beans is doing what she needs to do. The content is solid as well as the overall vibe of the show. That's Dr. D, certified therapist or social worker, whatever.
Certified therapist, not certified entertainer. Therapy is boring. And Rastov, even your voice has more intonation. You're one of the more boring people, I would say. One of the more boring hot people. Not even an insult, but you are. Maybe it's a bit of an insult. But even you have more ups and downs to your voice. I was just listening to you talk. You have that melodic up and down that I'm talking about. You have that variation. Now, what are some things you think that Beans could improve?
It's the same thing that we all have to improve on. We have to figure out how to be more content brained and like how to apply it, how to keep the fans rather than just like speaking. right? It's like speaking with a purpose, it's not all just like yelling and screaming and, because that's not sustainable, like for your own mental health. Like that, I don't really understand. Like I can't really speak to exactly what she needs to do because I'm still learning myself. Like I can't speak from a level of expertise when I see us on the same level.
And that's why I'm here. And Beans, after this show, it looks like I'm going to have to give you some private tutoring on that voice. The
I'd rather.
sounds. Yeah, I know you'd rather do anything but more actual work, but it's necessary.
Beans, whatever.
I think you just never watched Cafe before, and because you're so like, you need that quick fix of endorphins all the freaking time. You just think that it's boring, but I.
Even her own computer cut her off, fell asleep.
Damn it, Beans.
Really entertaining, and it's one of our biggest. Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
Yeah, your computer was.
I was like, damn it, Beans, don't freeze on me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because
boring, my computer doesn't even want to freaking
boring.
deal with this.
She put her own computer to sleep, Rastov.
My computer doesn't want to see your ugly
boring?
face on screen.
Are you boring? Well, first of all, do you really want me to go into this right now? I can. I'm more than happy to.
Yes, bitch. Don't give me the headlines. Give me the substance.
Oh, cursing. Oh, I cane. I sure as hell cane. You just want to be the level-headed one, which is also boring. Your only value that you bring to Aussie is that you're the contrast against Twiggy, the actual entertaining one. But you need more ups and downs yourself. You could use more stage presence would be the term. It's the same thing that Beans is lacking, which is why I'm not surprised you can't identify that that's the problem with her, because you suffer from the same thing.
Give me an example.
Right now, you just sit there and you're kind of angry and you're sort of barely moving. Even the little bit of bouncing I'm doing right now is more than you. You should show the anger, communicate the anger more, show it through body language, show it through how you're sitting. Like right now, you're showing that you're thinking. That's good. You're emoting. You need to do that.
Am I angry now or am I angry now? Well, how about now?
And that's
Well,
great.
how about fuck off? I don't know. I can't really decide. I can't really pick one. Help me.
Ooh.
Help me pick one.
Rastov.
I'm so entertained. See, that's how it works.
What I'm hearing is that you want us to treat our audience kind of like children. Okay, I got you. Hola, audience. ¿Cómo estás? Can you say dumbass bitch?
That's about where you belong. I'm Dora the Explorer.
¿Dónde estás, dumbass bitch? Ahí estás. Good job, audience. Very good. I think our audience is more higher tier and more intelligent than that.
Real quick. Justin Masters with the 10. Beans, just eat fake cat food and fake a pregnancy using the first image you find in Google Images. That'll bring your successful top tier content. Thank you, Justin.
See,
That's very true.
you were entertaining, and now the chat is spamming praise for you. That's exactly how it should be done. But Beans, you were not just entertaining. You made yourself look like a curly-haired Dora the Explorer. All right? You're the one who is more geared towards children. People who want mental stimulation need a bit more than that. For example, your insults could be more creative. You're the first one who broke and started calling me a bitch. You want me to break with you and tell you everything that you need to change?
Go on, queen.
First of all, as I've said before, your voice needs more intonation. Your body language needs more interest. Now you're showing it a little bit, showing it down there. But where's yours? You could be bouncing. You could be showing tension in your body. You show something. This is a visual medium, not a podcast. There are so many ways to communicate what you're feeling and emote, and you do none of them. It's completely flat. When you introduce a new segment or topic you're interested in, how come your voice doesn't show that enthusiasm or excitement? That's what draws the people in and makes them interested too. Rastov himself admitted that he watches this show to fall asleep.
Thank you,
Oh,
Rastov.
That's literally because it's like 5
Australia.
in the morning. That's literally because it's 5 in the
Yeah.
morning. I should be asleep right now.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Rastov.
Yeah, and still, there's a reason why you watch this to fall asleep. I do too. And here's the thing. It's cool to have a nice, calm, chill vibe. I get it. I like that too. I like the jazzy backdrop. By the way, I noticed we have no background music today. What happened? Or do I just not hear it?
You don't hear it.
Okay.
Again, you want to manage people, but you don't know how to manage equipment or the actual process of making a show.
No, because on my show, when I play sounds that the audience can hear, all the other hosts can hear it too. So it makes a difference. So that's another area of opportunity we have to look at. That's okay. We'll come back to that. It's the least important. But you can have that calm baseline, but then you have to break away occasionally from it and show some enthusiasm in other stories. And then you can come back to that baseline. There's a natural ebb and flow. And that's what you need to have, not the same thing consistent or constantly.
Beans, if we just adhere to her advice and get her to our 1K, the quicker we can go back to being ourselves, right? So let's just.
The audience says there is no music playing right now, by the way. Right as always. Right as always. Fucking Becky Boop is right.
That just sounds like biting the pillow, Ken. Fuck that. Don't bite the pillow.
But bro, here's the thing, right? In the army, right? When you're given a direct order, you just do it, because by the time you bitch and complain and yell about it, it could have been done already. So that's the mindset I have in life. I'm not going to yell, complain, and argue, right? If it's a lawful order or something that is not going to put yourself in harm's way, you just do it and be done with it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I know what Keem's trying to do. He's trying to help our show. He wants to get us to 1K concurrent so he doesn't have to cancel. I love this show. I love this show. So he was like, all right, guys, Becky's your new manager. Do what she says, and she'll get you there, right? So I'm like, cool. I'm not going to yell and complain and bitch, because it is what it is. I don't want to lose the show. So this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do.
I just have to say the chat is hilarious because everyone is saying how they don't hear the music except for Instant Karma. She's like, I hear it. Girl, you got the music in your head. She marches to the beat of her own drum.
Hey.
Maybe you need the same rule as Boogie, that $20 kicks you out.
More like 50 or 100, but I think that's a little too ambitious here. Besides, what I bring to them in terms of value is worth way more than that donation would be. You know what? I agree. Let's get back to the content. I know that's the part that Beans excels at. Let's get back to that, and maybe I can give you some advice as we go through.
I hate this.
I'm going to leave, but I don't just want the headlines. Give the substance, all right? If you have something to give feedback on, give the actual fucking feedback, all right?
Been doing
Peace.
that the whole show, baby. Bye.
Mr. Killer with the 20. Let's be honest here. The only reason Becky is what she is because people love hating her. The audience here is not Becky's audience. If there was a poll put out between Beans and Becky, we all know who would win. Cow pig, yeah.
By the way, almost over 600 viewers. So it is working, and I'm not even having to do crazy amounts of drama. Did you have to see what I had to do on Nerds to get their views up? Honestly, that's a compliment for you guys. It's not taking nearly as much craziness to lift you, which is good. And I know that Beans, even if I have my issues right now, because you were calling me a fucking pig all day yesterday, even if I have my issues right now, you do have more potential, which is what... Motherfucker, are you serious? Do it again. Do it again. Bitch. Of course, this is the only way she can, you know what? This is the only way she can be entertaining, by fucking making faces. That is not what I meant by body language, Beans.
I'm just following what you're telling me, Becky. I'm trying to be a good host here and follow my manager's words.
Well, now you're getting there. It's actually a bit more entertaining. Thank you for that.
The Circus and Side Chat with the $20. Like Becky or not, she is spot on, and unfortunately for you, Keem will agree with her.
See, Beans, you did that, and the entire chat is laughing now and happy. That's just what you have to do more often. And it doesn't always
I just find it funny how you got so triggered and I didn't even have to say a word.
I get triggered by you not saying any words because that's why I'm here working for free. I do get triggered when I have to work for free. I could be putting this effort into my own show. Instead, I'm here trying to help you.
Yes.
What's that?
Because you spread for bread. Yeah, you don't need to make money here. You already make it on the side with all your other sugar daddies.
No, actually, this is my primary source of income. So this is where I make my money.
Doug Wolfbeck, welcome to Band World. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate you, sir.
So let's get into the actual content. Let's talk about...
Let's move forward.
Exactly. Let's try to move forward. I'll try to ignore whatever's on my screen. Let's talk about another controversial leader here. Let's talk about some President Trump news. So apparently Donald Trump fires top U.S. military officer in Pentagon shakeup. Another person who's controversial and trying to fire. So it says here that President removes C.Q. Brown and other senator leaders who he blames for pushing diversity, equity, and inclusion policies.
I'm falling asleep again.
Probably because you don't have the brain to actually care about politics.
So Trump's,
Oh no, I majored in political science, so I can talk about politics all day. But you are the only person in the world I have actually heard manage to make politics boring. Jesus.
It's been 5 seconds, Becky. I'm sure your brain can handle something more than a goldfish can. Anyways, President Donald J. Trump took to office just 1 month ago, but already has accomplished more than most presidents do in their entire term. This sounds like a very biased article that we have here. But anyways, he says that he promises to usher in the new golden age of America.
yeah.
And apparently under that, we have a list of non-comprehensive wins that he had just after 1 month.
Were you passionate about that article, Beans? Because if you were, I couldn't tell.
I'm passionate about you shutting the fuck up. Anyways.
At least you're passionate about something. Because the chat literally said you're as boring as a rock.
That wasn't chat, that was a dono, but good try.
Yeah, so the paying member said you were boring as a rock. Thank you for emphasizing my point. I appreciate that.
So Alex Arison said, maybe cover the news stories that are trending. You can do others too, but you need to grab the attention, and that's why. Thank you, Alex, for actually having some criticism.
Let's get
Megan, degree. I'm sorry, Ken. How many degrees did I get? I got 2. I got a bachelor's and a master's. Go ahead, Ken.
Extension school doesn't count.
Where's your
I'm using
Harvard
the inflection you're talking about.
degree? Yeah,
Anyway,
finally, you're doing something.
Moving on, sweetheart. So we're gonna go into some crime news because a lot of people like crime, like the crime that's on my screen right now.
Hey.
So there's a suspect arrested after stabbing at Berlin Holocaust Memorial. I'm gonna keep going. German police arrested a suspect after stabbing at Berlin's Holocaust Memorial. That's so messed up.
Congratulations. Nobody heard you because I was talking to you. Listen, I'm going to get quiet and let you do your thing, but you better fucking know when I'm quiet, that's the calm before the storm. So do a fucking good job because otherwise the next time I talk is not going to be pleasant. I'm muting myself. Carry on.
So Becky is still a stupid ass bitch. This is breaking news. Becky is still a stupid ass bitch because she forgets that when people talk over her, she is not heard because she has a stupid mic that cuts her out. Moving on to the regular news. So again, I will state it again, even though the entire locale has heard me. But apparently there has been a stabbing at the Holocaust Memorial that left a person seriously injured on Friday evening local time. So police haven't yet given a motive or yet a connection to who has done this. But
There's a video we can't play because it's Fox News. We can't play that because we'll get copyright. Yeah. Let's get, you know
you're
what?
prettier when you sit quiet.
You know what? Let's just get into the LCU because that's what Becky wants us to do. Let's just get into the Locale Live universe. A lot of crap happened. Let's just get into that. All right. Because I don't want.
Oh my God. Andrew in the comments is more entertaining than Beans. He said about that article, they didn't even die. Horrible, but fucking true. Why are we even covering that? Where's the real news there?
Because some people care about others, and even if they're seriously injured, that's something.
Yeah, people get seriously injured every day. Like your ego, for example, got seriously injured by me coming on the show today.
So apparently Wings got
No,
banned
I'm
from
so
Fat
hurt.
Camp. Ladies, let's please. I can cut this tension with my phone and not even a blade because that's against TOS because I'm not Twiggy. But evidently, Wings got banned from Fat Camp.
And by the way, they're saying in the chat they did hear me because you know what you missed, Beans? I actually fixed my problem because I work on making myself better every day. My mic doesn't clip anymore because I got new headphones and that fixed it. Thank you very much.
So I see that you're still making shit up because now you're just making up comments in chat because all I see is your mic is still broken, bitch, from Sunray.
No, it's from Sunshinery Learn to Read. She said, no, we did hear her. Oh, I read that wrong. Whoops.
I can't.
Ooh.
All right.
They said we did hear her, Becky. I thought they said no. We did hear
Something happened in
Becky.
Queens.
So Wings was banned from Fat Camp. Hopefully we get some more bannings happening pretty soon. Let's play that clip real quick.
Yeah.
Something happened in Queens. The bullshit hasn't ended, and it's still going on. But this time in the Discord, because today Wings Redemption held the entire Discord hostage, unless somebody got demodded, one of our moderators got demodded, and unless this person named Omni in the Discord got banned, and it ended up resulting in Wings Redemption getting banned from Fat Camp. So that's kind of where we're at. And there's a lot of stuff going on behind the something happened in Queen.
That's what I'm telling you guys. If you're a cash cow and you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord, because this was insanity. This was literally insanity what happened.
Quick question, chat. Can you hear the volume of that clip okay? I'm just wondering if it's just me or if you guys are having a hard time hearing it too.
Damn it.
No, it's not just you. Discord does that a lot, but I'm just curious if they're having the same issue because I want to make sure they can hear.
I got you.
I heard it just fine. Moving on, do you want to go into part 1 so we can see kind of what Wings talks about?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so the volume was down a little bit on the clip. I maxed it out, so hopefully hope this helps. But yeah.
You can start.
Well, a couple episodes ago, we had a guy named Overlord.
Is that better?
The chat's saying it was fine for them, so it sounds like it's just a me issue. So go ahead.
Right.
Send a $20 donation and called me useless.
$19.99. Keem, Wings called me useless in the Discord. Please, ban Wings. The best way to motivate Wings is to allow him to ban one person for every 20 pounds he loses.
That's not a bad idea. I asked for him to be banned, and I was basically outvoted on it. So I took the L. I sat back on it. It's like, hey, invite him to Fat Camp, right? So I had a little falling out with a guy in Discord named Omni, and he got real disrespectful with me, playing some clips designed to be hurtful, and I wanted him banned for a week. So I asked Baja to ban him for a week, and he went around and Keem unbanned.
Yep. So basically, at that point, since Wings has the owner status in the server, normally if he asks for something, he just does it. As a moderator, that's kind of what we do. Obviously, sometimes Wings can go a little bit overboard with his requests, and we got to look into them. But it just kind of is what it is at that point.
Do you think I had a question. Do you think when Wings was asking for people to be banned, do you think they should have been banned?
So here's
really.
Here's the issue. Wings getting his feelings. He's in his fifi sometimes, and so I believe he lets external issues come into the Discord, come into the stream, and affect his mindset sometimes. Like the other day with the whole word useless. He's been called way worse than that. Way worse than that. And he wanted them banned because of that. And obviously he was trolled or whatever, and it just made matters worse. Now, as far as what happened yesterday with whole Omni and all that, and him talking shit, threatening people, we can't really do that, you know. And I don't know exactly what Omni did. I just kind of heard about it. But, you know, when it's just talking shit, that's kind of what you sign up for when you become a host in the LCU. You kind of sign up for that. Obviously, IRL threats, you know, certain other threats that I don't want to say because of TOS, you know, we can't obviously have that. But if it's just banter and shit talk, you kind of sign up for it, you know?
Since you're a mod, are you able to give any insight into like what the feelings were in the mod chat about it yesterday? Were people generally for or against Wings?
So
Noticed.
I'll say this. A lot of times, because it's not our server and we all kind of have the understanding, if an owner of the server wants something done, we just do it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Keem is the overlord, right, of it all. So if he has an issue with it, he usually makes content out of it and lets the fans know, and it is what it is, right? That's what he does best. So normally he'll go in there, we'll tag Keem, we'll be like, hey, what do you think? Right? And then he'll go in there and say whatever he says, and then we do it. But again, normally if it's Boogie really rarely asks us to do anything. It's normally Wings. He's the one that wants us to do a lot. Keem, if he says it, we just does it, no questions. When it's Wings, sometimes you're like, are you sure? We talk about it, whatever.
Did you get threatened too, Ken? Somebody was, Hooligan was mentioning that in the chat. They said, tell us, Ken, how you got threatened as well.
I don't remember getting threatened because I don't take threats seriously. I always say, if you're going to talk on keyboard that way, have the same energy when you see me in person. That's all I say.
Ooh.
You know, I've always been that way.
Yeah, that's true. The thing that kind of discouraged me yesterday is that they let this Discord drama kind of overtake their guests. Because I've seen Harley a couple of times because I went to Creator Clash 1 and 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again in the third one. But I felt so bad for him. I wanted to hear what he actually had to say, and it seemed like they just let Wings kind of take over the whole show and talk about this stupid Discord stuff that they should have taken care of before the show even started. I don't know if you have any comments on that, Ken.
Nikos Contos gifted 5 members. Thank you, Nikos. Appreciate you. Guys, make sure you thank Nikos if you're giving that membership.
Some thoughts on it. Were you about to go into your thoughts, Ken?
Yeah, it's just real quick, Becky, real quick. So, I lost my train of thought. Nah, based on what it was and what happened, I think it had to be addressed, and Wing is a man of the dramatics, so he stretches shit out, right? And then obviously if it has to do with Wings, the $20 donos coming in, sometimes they pause, sometimes they don't, so it also stretches out. And we're also still kind of new to this 90-minute show thing. So there's just a lot of variables that kind of happened to stretch it. So obviously dude couldn't have his interview time like normal. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just didn't know if you had something else. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a tough mix because we almost never do things behind the scenes here. Almost everything happens on camera. Half of our shows are like business meetings. So it reminds me a lot of The Office, honestly, the way we do the show here. So I could see that it did definitely suck that it cut into Harley's time, or I think more the way Harley was introduced, because he kind of just got like plopped right into the middle of it. But then at the same time, I think he got more time than most guests do. I think a lot of guests are usually limited to an hour. So
yeah,
that's I don't know. Hard. It's a tough call because Fat Camp is such a huge thing that we've been talking about for months and months, right? And it is a huge monetary investment. So I could see why he talked about it. But what are your guys' feelings about the Wings part of it? Do you, like, I don't know if you guys were planning on going to camp. Ken, I know you were talking with your wife about it. Yeah. Did the way Wings acted have any impact on you at all, or no, not really?
Personally.
Well,
Go ahead, Beans.
Go ahead.
No, you.
No,
you,
I was just
you.
gonna say, since me. No, I'm not like Becky. So me and Grim were planning on going to Fat Camp since the beginning, and I don't think that Wings Keemstar.
Hey guys, I just want to say, you guys got to try to get better at storytelling, right? Because you said Wings is banned from Fat Camp, and then you played a clip where I said Wings is banned from Fat Camp, and then you played a clip asking what happened, Wings, and Wings goes, yeah, I want people banned, and that's it. Like, why was he banned? Like, nobody knows why he's banned. Like, so if you didn't watch that, like, nobody, like, if you didn't watch Loco Live and you're just getting the story from you guys, you don't know what the fucking story is because you guys never literally told the story at all. It's better to just tell the story with your words and then show a few clips that back up the story.
Okay.
But you gotta tell the story. You gotta communicate the story. There's people watching. They don't know what's going on because you've jumped from here and you've given little details, but they don't even know the fucking story. If I was watching this and I didn't watch Loco Live or watch this on a normal basis, I'd leave because I couldn't follow what the fuck you guys are even talking about. You know, I'd be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, so usually I'm the one that gives a little bit more backstory, and I was going to go into that before Becky interrupted. But I was just about to say, so if you guys don't know what happened, I guess yesterday, Wings was in the Discord and there was an issue between him, Omni, and a couple of other people. It's kind of going off of the whole thing before where people were kind of calling him useless, but in this case it was even worse because they started talking about like first person games, and Wings did not like somebody's comment or opinions on these games, and he just started going off. And apparently he also took the whole Discord hostage, which I think is unbelievable of him. I think that we can all agree this is kind of going off of the whole thing that's been going on for the past couple of days, where he's been taking some Ozempic that's not prescribed to him. He's also just been sensitive in general. He barely gets sleep. He's also irritated that he's not included in a whole bunch of talkings of the Local Live show. So it's just one thing after another, and I think he's finally cracked. So now he's taking it out on the Discord, and in the end, this is just going to bite him in the ass. I don't know what you have to say about that, Ken.
Well,
Yeah.
I just had a quick question. How did he take the Discord hostage?
So there was a bunch of people in the VCs, and he was in there, and he just kept server muting people. And he just literally, almost the entire Discord VC was server muted. And then at that point, since he did take it hostage, and because of what happened, moderators, we had to basically get rid of the VCs. So it was no VCs, probably for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I believe, something around that time period. And that's when main chat was just going crazy. Pay Pig and Crown chat were also going crazy. And I don't know, man. I know when Beans was talking about the Ozempic is also expired Ozempic, so that doesn't help. And when I was talking to Xylee about it, Xylee said they actually build you up in milligram, right, towards an Ozempic, but he's at like 2 milligrams. So he's already at almost a max dosage, also expired. So on top of no sleep, on top of not eating well, on top of like real world issues, he's bringing that on here to the Discord. And that's what's making this all like messed up or whatever.
Not talking to a doctor about it first, right? Because he's just taking Kelly's Ozempic, was it, or samples? Because he's giving different stories on that. Sometimes he said it's samples, which means it would be a starter dose. But then other times he's taking the full dosage. So I don't know. I feel like if he jumped to the full dose, he wouldn't even be able to do the show, period. He would probably be in a hospital, but...
Probably,
Exactly.
yeah. I'm not a doctor.
He's barely been eating too. So Huge Ass with the $5 said that the Ozempic means nothing. Wings has stopped taking his psychiatric medication without doctor's guidance, which that also plays a part. Once you stop taking medicine, it's best to lean off them instead of going cold turkey because you can get those side effects. I just don't like how Wings was kind of playing himself as a victim this entire time, or at least most of the time before the Local Live. But then it was found out that he actually threatened other people, both with vehicular manslaughter and with bringing weapons to the fat camp. And I think that's why a lot of people feel unsafe.
Definitely. And because he told John that he's going to be strapped up and he's driving his truck down there. And then he also told another dude, I believe it was Omni, that if he sees him, he's going to run him over with his truck. So when someone's making threats like that, going to a place where there's supposed to be a lot of people, content creators, content-minded people trying to make things happen, you don't want to be with someone that is pinging in their mentality constantly. They're already mad, right, that they see certain people there. And, one thing can trigger a reaction. One thing can trigger it. Becky, you were saying that, I believe, too. One thing can trigger a reaction, and then Lord knows what's going to happen, especially coming off the psychiatric meds. You know what I mean?
That's huge.
Because what a lot of those meds do is they create, or they, I guess, stabilize chemicals that the brain creates for mood. When that's gone and the brain is on its own and it's not weaned off, like Bean said, it can cause a lot of issues. So we'll see.
Has he ever mentioned when he came off the meds if he did it gradually or if he did it cold turkey?
He's mentioned before on live that he got off of his meds cold turkey. He just stopped them completely.
Yep.
That's what I've heard, which is absolutely insane to do with any sort of antidepressants. They could, depending on what he takes, that could cause withdrawal symptoms on its own. So like that alone can create a depression or make suicidal thoughts worse, which kind of ties into what we're talking about.
Yep.
And then combine that with the Ozempic, which is very depressing and can make you feel sick too. It's not a good combo.
Yeah. Turtle Talk said, how would he have he would have pancreatitis if he jumped to the maximum dose. Bro, I had pancreatitis. I had acute pancreatitis. I was in the hospital for a week. That was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. I literally felt like I got shot in the stomach and I had an exit wound in my back. It was bad.
Oof.
It was, yeah, I hated my life for quite a bit during that week. But yeah, so the docket team put a bunch of parts in there, right? I don't want to go through all the parts. It was a lot of talking. It was a lot of talking. But, you know, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I see that the docket team didn't include this because it was very confusing. But last night on Locale Test, Grim did his whole spiel about like having a new show every week, or every day of the week. And last night was Locale Roast, and they had a good time, but they had to cut their show short because actually, Nightmare came on and he had his own show after Grim. And the whole show had to deal with Omni, because Omni and Nightmare, I think, are very good friends in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And Omni had a chance to kind of tell his side of the story. While you guys continue talking, I'll try to find those clips for you.
Gotcha.
I saw a question in the chat from AshXO. She wanted to know how to access main chat. Ken, do you want to fill her in on that? Because she's already a member, so I'm guessing she probably just has to upgrade or connect her account.
Yeah, so you got to be cash cow or higher. Right. Once you have that, in the description of the video or of the live stream, there is a link to the Discord. Once you click that, you'll go into the Discord. You'll see a section underneath the rules that says "Get Started Here." Once you click that, there's a little section that says "Claim Roles." You click "Claim Roles," and then the bot does its thing for your YouTube channel. Right. Got to make sure your YouTube is connected to your Discord. Once that's verified, takes about 5 to 6 minutes. Once that's done, it'll open everything up for you. If for some odd reason that doesn't work, hit me up. I'm a mod in there. I can help you out. I can kind of help walk you through it. My name in there is Chapo de God, Gawd. That's my name. Or you got Baja Wolf, spelt how you think it would be. He can help you as well. But we want to make sure everybody gets in there, has a great time, and, you know, have some fun. And you can see Wing spurg out all the time.
Yeah, if you watch any of the Lol Cow shows and you're not part of the Discord, you're missing like at least half the experience. Not only is that where everything happens, but also when things do happen, it's a place to chat and kind of process it with other people. Plus, you get to talk with other people about all the things you like about the show. So if this is like a guilty pleasure kind of show that you don't talk to your friends in real life about, you make friends online to be able to talk about it.
I can see that definitely being the case with some people, because I've told some of my friends or people I work with about it, and they try to check it out. And they're like, "Bro, what do you watch?" I'm like, "Dude, yeah. I've watched it since the beginning. I've seen the evolution of it. Trust me, it's crazy." Ah, man. Any luck on that, Beans?
To be honest, Omni is very long-winded in his explanations, and he's kind of boring. So I don't think that's something that we want to show on screen.
Since we have Becky in here, I want to kind of take advantage and talk about Joffy, right?
Oh boy. See, you're good, Ken. You knew that woke me right the fuck up. All right, let's go.
So, Joffy, the infamous God of War creator that has ruined the game for me because I'm gonna play a couple clips real quick. I want to kind of get your opinion on this man, because I know you've had some interesting interactions with him, right?
Oh yeah. I can't wait.
So
can't even get in the.
Let's check this out. Evidently, he has a few choice words for Mr. Keemstar himself.
Dude, do you know how embarrassing it is to message Keemstar of all people to be like, "Hey, I can't get in the channel."
I can't.
To tell him that I've somehow let this happen somehow, and you've taken it over.
I just want to be clear on this. You're embarrassed to message Keemstar.
Yeah, I don't want to message him and be like, "Yeah, I can't get into the fucking show." Like it's.
I think Keemstar. You know, all you have to do is kind of go, "Oh, am I embarrassed? Would you like me to show you this video from 2016 with you saying the N-word over and over and over and over, Keemstar?"
Wow.
I don't think Keemstar has that pot to piss in. I respect him as an entrepreneur. I respect him as a businessman. I think he's great at that. But you're embarrassed because I displayed a fucking human emotion on a show. Isn't that what the YouTube generation wants? Is genuineness?
Well, I think,
and that's no disrespect to Keemstar or anybody else, but don't act like, you know, his shit don't stink. We've all fucking fucked up.
All right, so you know what? Okay, fine. You apologize.
But I am sorry.
You apologize. Can't even.
Yeah, so trying to dig up old wounds that have been dealt with time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of to give some backstory on what Jay just said, apparently he can't get into his own show or account. And a lot of people think that that is not true because Xylee has called it out in the Discord herself that he showed kind of that he couldn't get into it, but you can see on like the top corner that he does have the role that's required in order to change passwords or to log in and things of that nature. So I don't know what's going on in Tech Talk, but it seems like they're following the Queen's footsteps.
So you're trying to say, without saying it, that they're scripted, which Queens is not, by the way.
If the shoe fits.
Before I go into that a little more, I just want to highlight a really funny comment from the chat. It's from Sid, and she said she's pregnant because of the Discord, and that's true.
Hey.
Yeah, she met somebody through Discord, and they've been dating, and yep, she's pregnant because of Discord. So you never know. Join the Discord, and you too may end up with a Discord baby. It's gonna be our first baby. Yeah. So with Joffy, when I first saw him. This is going a bit beyond that clip.
Yep.
When I first saw him, I thought he was like batshit crazy and rude and dismissive and everything else. But the more I watch, the more I feel like perhaps he's just a very sophisticated troll. What do you guys think?
So I think how can I say this correctly? He knows what he wants to do. He's obviously doing a great job at it, depending on who you ask. But I think that the antics and the attention he's trying to seek from certain people don't like the way he's going about it. So
in other words, it's like he needs to read the room better when it comes to the people he interacts with?
100%. I think that if he's going to pick a person, right, to try to get their attention, stir the pot a little bit, trolling or not, he needs to understand boundaries and what they are to get a genuine reaction. A reaction of just disgust and filth and bad talk is not the reaction the LCU really wants because the person doesn't want to engage, right? You need to do something where you get the person to engage some. You get a little bit of back and forth and, evidently one will go on the other show and they'll hash it out. They'll have the canteen, right? So I think the intentions were good. He just went a little too far for comfort.
Yeah, I
It's
think
pretty jarring to the rest of the LCU hosts because he went so hard real quick. He's barely a week into the LCU and he's already made more drama than more people have expected. I think a lot of people were just turned off by the stunt that he pulled yesterday. I don't know if you saw that, but apparently he walked into the ocean because he can't take the hurt of not having Tina anymore.
Oh, yeah, the end. I did see that. But I also noticed that video looked a little edited. I don't know if you guys caught that. It looked like there was almost a bit of jumpiness to the footage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's definitely being edgy with his humor. And I feel like what happened is when he first came on, he saw Tina and he just thought, oh my God, this is a character. And he thought he could roll with that without realizing that that's who Tina really is.
Yeah.
That is not a character. So I think he was shocked when he saw her reaction. I also thought he went too far and he's too edgy with some things, like the whole period blood thing, where he said that just if you guys didn't see this, he said that Tina mailed him sent period blood in the mail, and then he took his hand, put it in the period blood, and wiped it all over his face. It was a lot. I would definitely say it has sort of like misogynistic undertones that are going to hit a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah.
But as I watch more and I try to just keep an open mind and fall into it, like if I view Joffy as a character, then I'm like, oh, this is I see where he's going. And I like that. One thing I did like about Tech Talk yesterday watching it is that he did bring a mix of tech plus this other storyline, the Tina arc, which I kind of liked because it made me listen to Tech Talk where I normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
So he's something there, I feel like.
A huge ass in the comments said he also put his face in the container, so we got to remember that as well.
Yeah, he just dug right in there.
Yeah,
It's impressive how he learned so much and learned how to incorporate that into a story that a lot of people might thought was going to be real. Because we had heard before from Tina that she went to Mike's house and like took a dump or like pissed on his porch. So like a lot of people would think like, oh, sending somebody period blood because she hates them. It's feasible from like something you might think of from Tina, which is messed up, but you know.
So I think the thing with Tina is, since it involves private areas and private parts, that's kind of her limit, right? Like,
that's true.
If she's just taking a shit on a porch, that's not the private area. That doesn't have to do with conception, right? And childbirth. For her, that's the no-no zone, right? That's those, like, you know, you wear a chastity belt with Tina. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about what goes in or out of those things. All we're talking about is human waste. Human waste is kind of where she's at. Obviously,
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. Go ahead.
I'll say, yeah, obviously there's limits, right? We don't want Joffy doing with other things what he did with that, right? Even for the shock, that's a little much. But I think that's kind of Tina's line. But go ahead, Becky.
I think she had an interesting line she drew in the sand that I didn't expect, which was that she had an issue with saying that the period blood was sent in the mail. And this is where it's hard to predict things with Tina, and why you kind of need to get to know people in the universe here first, is because Tina has apparently had very nasty things sent to her in the mail. So she would never want to be associated with doing that to somebody else. And I guess, at least according to what Tina said, sending real bodily fluids through the mail like that would be considered a crime.
Oh, yeah.
I researched that, but that's what she said. So you could see why then she would be extra upset over it. I think for me, the interest with him is figuring out what exactly is real and what isn't, because is his obsession real? I don't know. Is it partly real? Is it 50%, 70%, 80% real? Because I do know he ignored me right out the gate, and that doesn't usually happen.
Of which, I've heard that he made you cry. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Becky?
Of course you would want to talk about that, Beans. He did make me cry. He did make me cry. I was doing a drunk stream. It was after Tina's birthday. Well, on Tina's birthday, when my cat Zoe started the stream for us. That's its own story. Anyway, I was hitting on Joffy in earnest, and I managed to score an opportunity with his potential son-in-law, who's also like his producer. I tried hopping into Tech Talk a few times, and then after like my fourth failed attempt, his son-in-law, I guess, recognized my gumption and pulled me aside and said, "Hey, would you like a meeting with David?" That's Joffy's first name. I was like, heck yes, because he's a millionaire. And if you know anything about me, you know that's exactly my kind of man. And so I was hoping to get to talk to him, and we set up a meeting for the next week. But then later in the show, Jay actually just dragged Joffy right on. So it caught me off guard, but then Joffy proceeded to neg and triangulate me the whole time he was on. So like negging, saying negative things, like saying I was desperate and whatever, which I don't believe is true. And just triangulating, like he would pull in other women and talk to the other women and completely ignore me.
Ooh.
And
Oh yeah.
You got it right, because oh my God, that pisses me the fuck off. And I was there trying to hold it in, because he's like a new esteemed guest, you know, or not guest, a new esteemed host. Mm-hmm. And so I was really trying to be respectful until finally it came out in crying, and it made me cry because I was so frustrated after sitting there for like 20 minutes, 40 minutes of that. It was a lot.
For sure it was frustrating, especially because you like being the center of attention and not getting that from a man especially. Must have hit you hard in your ego. But just the way that you're talking about Joffy so far, it doesn't seem like you have many negative feelings about him, even though he made you cry, talks about your co-host, and is just a wild card in general. So can you speak a little bit about that?
Actually,
yeah. Go ahead.
I have a question going off of that real quick, Becky. Not trying to interrupt you, but I know you got your thing with the Rich, and then Joffy's in there. Do you think Joffy's a better thing for Rich for what the show is trying to be? If you could just kind of include that in your answer. I've always wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, totally. So at first, I could not stand Joffy. And he actually made me miss Review Tech a little. I was like, Jesus Christ, Review Tech was a better host than him. But that was only at first, and probably because I was personally offended. As I've continued watching and seeing what he's doing with the show, I'm now intrigued. And even if he's an asshole, I am still intrigued because he's doing something different. He's bringing a different flavor. He's got me watching Tech Talk, which I did not do before, and he made it broad so more of an audience can watch it. Like, you guys could go watch Tech Talk if you don't normally, and you'll probably be entertained because he has enough of a storyline or interest or intrigue to keep you entertained, and then you just learn the tech along the way. Fascinating. So I like how he's doing that. I'm actually taking notes. So that's why I don't feel so negatively about him anymore, because now being attention, motherfucker. What are you doing over there? Typing?
I can do multiple things at once.
I can't. Literally.
Come back to you later.
Again, this is kind of going off of what I just said. It really boils you. It really grinds your gears when people aren't giving you your undivided attention that you're wheeling for, like the pig you are. Yeah.
Oh my God. Beans, I will lose my shit with you. I have been holding it this entire fucking episode. Do not make it happen. This is supposed to be the calm show. Don't push me into on-calm territory, because I'll go there.
Ladies, please.
Anyway, I was very intrigued and taking notes from what he's doing. So even if he was a little nasty, I don't have negative feelings now. I'm more curious than anything because he's different than most people around here.
Hell yeah.
It's very true. Let's go back to Tina. So you guys talked about how Tina feels about the sex talk. That's usually why she gets turned off and kind of steps back a little bit when you start talking sexual on Queens. She doesn't really like the sexual talk from Joffy. I'm definitely sure that she gets turned off whenever you come on shows and you replace hosts with, let's just say, more promiscuous women who do OnlyFans. Do you think that an OnlyFans host would be good for this show? Just curious.
For this show? It would depend. I don't want to judge somebody just because they do OnlyFans. It would depend on what else they bring to the table. That said, what you're speaking about, I think, is referencing Zay Zooted on Nerds, who I put on there, and Tina hated that. And Tina was right. I fully regret that decision. She was the most ungrateful bitch of them all.
I mean, I was really thinking about Zay Zooted per se because I've seen so much from Zay Zooted. Like, kind of the OnlyFans thing is like on the back of my mind. I see her more as an entertainer and how hard she works in general. But I didn't know that Aloe, the new addition that you tried to add to Nerds, was also an OnlyFans model of some sort. And we have Yo-Yo Mama here.
It's Zay Zooted, matter of fact. And I just wanted to say I'm just so excited to be here.
Oh my God.
I don't know whose ass I need to kiss, but thank you very much for giving me a show because I was on Nerds, I was on Mafia Milker, I was on I was on Rewind. I tried my hardest because I'm your private dancer. Your dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. Guys, you guys are so awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ken. You looking so nice over there. I just want to say that.
Thank you, Zay. I appreciate you.
Oh my God, my bestie. I'm going to keep it a stack. I'm going to keep it a stack, okay? You are my bestie, all right? I'm going to... Bitch. I'm going to keep it a stack. Go ahead.
That's Go just ahead. Like when she tries to sound cool. I'm going to keep it a stack. You're so good, Joe Mama, though. I mean, Zay. But for some reason, you don't have all those dry mouth sounds today. Usually that's what I hear even more than your voice.
I mean, I don't understand how people say my voice is annoying. It is not annoying. That is just how I sound. Okay, I don't get it. But it's okay, though. Do you guys like my tattoos? The fours? You guys know where that comes from? You know where that comes from?
She has like fours across like her collarbone.
Because I can't remember what comes after 3, so I just got it. It's right here. I'm just gonna get that for you. My man's over there. He's a cuck. Hello. You okay? All right. He's good. All right. So anyway, thank you guys for having me on. And watch Nerds later on. And please, I'm thanking God that you guys don't spam L's anymore because I kiss so much ass. I kiss Tina's ass. I kiss Kelly's ass. Beans, did I kiss your ass yet? Well, get it, girl.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that was so good. But he missed the part about how every time I fired Zay, her boyfriend unplugged the internet so everybody couldn't see. He unplugged their modem. I fired her twice on Nerds on Sunday, and each time her boyfriend literally pulled the plug to the internet, so we lost those segments.
That's wild.
Fascinating. Fascinating. The first time could have been a coincidence, maybe. So I literally went on air and fired her again, only to have the same thing happen. Shocking. What a manipulative jerk.
She learns from the best, Becky. Anyway,
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, right? I'm curious at your opinion since Zay Zuda came on. I really think that there is some sort of redemption for Yo Mama. I think that the perception of what he was before, because every time he's come on Cafe, he's been hilarious. Like, he was our weatherman. That was gold. That was gold. And then now with the Zay, that was good. That was very good. So has your opinion of Yo Mama changed at all?
Oh my God, yes, a lot. At first, I really liked him because he was able to handle being dogpiled like a champ. And then I gave him a shot on Queens, and then he backstabbed me by going to Milkers and leaking my DMs with him, which made me sincerely dislike him. And I thought he was a bit hypocritical about a few things. And now I'm back to liking him again. And I can't fucking stand that I do. I hate that I like him. I am not okay with it. But he's funny. He's entertaining. I can't help it.
Very true. What about you, Beans?
He's very funny. I love Yo Mama. So I think I was the one that brought him in the first time whenever he did the weather segment, if you remember.
I do, yeah.
And I loved it so much. I wish that he can come on all the time and just have like this little weather segment just to break up the news a little bit, have some more entertainment, because I do agree that sometimes the news can be very dull sometimes, or just in general there could be very grim news, like whenever we have to cover like 5 plane crashes in one day. It can't be easy just hearing that in the background all the time, right? You need a little bit more humor, especially in the lol-cal universe. You can't have everything being serious. See, I can agree with you, Becky. But I feel like we can work on that and we can do everything possible, and I can put my feelings aside and we can work together. And see, I'm having more inflection in my voice. Am I more entertaining now? We can work together and we can try to make this a lol-cal cafe for everybody.
You're actually using your eyes more to communicate now as well, which is good. So actually, I'll give you guys a few compliments on your strengths that I've seen this episode. Ken has adapted really quickly, and I think you're going to continue to get even better. Beans, you're a little on the slow side, but it's finally coming out of you. I do see more passion in your eyes, especially when you're talking about how much you don't like me or you're being passive aggressive. The other thing I do like that you guys do very well is you do know how to tailor content to whoever's on the screen. I've noticed that. It's a subtle skill, but it's a good one. And Beans, for being as quiet as a mouse, you do know how to fall back when there's content happening, which is good. That's actually a very good skill to have. Too many people in the LCU, including myself sometimes, don't know when to shut up. So that's a good skill.
Let me ask you something, Becky. Like, do you think I talk too much, like, in all seriousness? Because I've had the chat say it, people in Discord say that I talk too much and I don't let Beans talk enough. Do you think that's true and what you've seen? Because if that is, I really want to work on that, because I'm a strong personality. I know I am. And when I speak, sometimes it just whatever. I want Beans to talk more, if that's the one thing. We've talked about that before. So do you think that's true?
So from what I've seen so far, I did not get the impression that you talk too much. When you say it and I reflect on it, I think what it is you've got a very masculine, deep voice that's very powerful, and she has a very quiet voice. So I think she needs to just raise, like, it's like balancing audio levels, right? It's like you're up here and she's down here, but it's not that you need to be lowered. I think she needs to be boosted up a little.
Okay.
So I will keep an eye on that, but I think what people are essentially saying is that you're overpowering her. And that shouldn't be the case, because it's not like you're screaming or yelling or doing anything crazy. She just needs to rise up to where you're at, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So we do have a comment from Andrew C. Sometimes he's a hater, sometimes he's a lover. But he said, you guys don't have the chemistry for you, Ken, to notice and for Beans to cut you off. So something that a lot of people don't know about Discord is that it's very tricky to kind of balance talking with each other because sometimes there is a delay. So just in general, sometimes we cut each other off, but that's not intentional. It's just a delay that Discord has naturally. Sometimes I do cut him off just a little bit because something that I keep hearing a lot, even Becky has said this on Queens before, that I'm too quiet. I don't talk at all. So I've been trying to push myself to talk, but it's kind of difficult when we've had guests on so many times and they're just talking so much. I'm sure everybody has seen when I told Twiggy to shut the fuck up because he was taking up all the airtime and I couldn't get a word in. I literally had to scream for people to pay attention to me or to give me that chance. So it's a very delicate balance that I need to walk, or the tightrope that I need to walk. Because it's either I'm too quiet, I don't talk at all, or I'm being super rude because I have to literally tell people to shut the fuck up in order to get a word in. And that's something that I just need to work on. And I do agree with that.
No, so whenever I hear you talk, I always want you to go because, again, I don't want no one thinking I'm trying to overpower you or like talk over you, right? So whenever we're about to talk and you say, I'm like, yo, say it. Say what you got to say. You know, and I don't want no one thinking I'm trying to take this away or overpower you in any sort of fashion. That's not at all what I want to do. Real quick, Lizzie with the 5. Love your mama, Becky, Beans, and Ken. When you smile is the best. Appreciate it. And then Nico with another 5 gifted. Thank you, Nikos. Guys, make sure you thank Nikos. And if you're not already a cash cow on a channel, use that. Spend the other $5. Get in the Discord. I'm telling you, like we've said all episode, and we'll continue to say, you need to be in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill to develop to kind of corral and guide a guest. But I think the other thing that people might be getting at with your chemistry with each other is that you're both very formal and a little stiff. It doesn't seem like super relaxed and friendly. It doesn't really sound like two friends talking to each other. It sounds like two people talking to each other, giving a presentation in front of a classroom. It's not quite that strong, but it's closer to that. Whereas if you could just like loosen up, relax, just have a more natural flow to the conversation, I think that's another skill to develop that you can control more than having to control a guest. So it would be an easier one to work on first.
Okay. I like that.
Yes, Beans.
Say that I'll agree, though I don't. So whenever we were first on, I don't know if you remember Foot Girl, but whenever Ken was with Foot Girl, you can kind of see that like awkwardness. She was kind of shy. She was not really talking much. And then as soon as I came in, I was supposed to be temporary, to be honest, but Keemstar came in he loved our chemistry. We were talking like friends. We were going through the news articles very smoothly and like we were just old buddies. But I think the thing that we need to work on the most is this new thing that we have with guests coming in, right? So with guests coming in, we don't really know how to handle that perfectly. We don't know how to corral or move people through the story in a way that progresses because there are a lot of people in the LCU that loop a lot. And trying to get the story going and trying to see where we can fit in order to make the show good is very difficult as well. So I would like to learn something from you, unfortunately.
You guys do a good job guiding me. You've always been good with that, including the first time I was on here. It's just the more difficult guests that are harder. And that's where it could be like, as long as whatever you're doing is entertaining, that's all that matters. And finding a way to be entertaining that's authentic to you. So if it's that you want to be passive aggressive, you can do that. If it's that you want to get angry, you could do that. But you kind of have to figure out what it is for you that works to shock other people and make them follow your lead.
Yep. Someone brought it up in the chat. We broke 600 today. So
we sure did. And we did it without a lot of crazy drama. We didn't bring in a bunch of random people. Some people came in themselves. But we only went up by like 100 viewers today. And then yesterday we were around like 400 most of the show. So actually, I guess over 200. But I'd like to see even faster growth, which might mean that tomorrow might be a little chaotic. So we'll see. We'll see.
Guys, tell your friends,
tell your family
to get in here.
Yeah, Ken's begging. Ken's begging you,
Get
please,
people
baby.
in here, please.
Tell everybody.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Well, I think it's a good spot to end it. I got some IRL stuff I need to do. Been going almost 2 hours, but, guys, thank you for being here. The support you gave was amazing. Over 600. I really do appreciate you guys. And, thank you, Becky, for what you brought to the show. I'm glad that you and Beans could somewhat coexist. You know what I mean? I think it'll only get better as time goes on. Beans, any final words?
I will put my anger aside, or my disdain aside, and try what Becky has to say. Maybe. No promises.
That's all we can ask for. Miss Becky, any final thoughts?
Even with Beans being passive aggressive, if I step out past myself and just look at this as an observer, I'm like, well, that was some entertainment, actually. I feel like that was entertainment that wasn't over the top. There wasn't yelling and screaming, but it was something that kind of keeps you feel like that tension, and it kind of keeps you intrigued. So I actually thought that was a pretty good balance, and I think you did a good job with that today, Beans.
I think
and Ken did good too.
Thank you. I think the fans got a little taste of Mean Ken. You know what I mean? I think that that came out a little bit. So I think they enjoyed that. But anyways, guys, I'll probably sing out the outro just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I think the fans do enjoy that. So till next time, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Good morning, y'all. It's Rise and Shine. Grab your coffee cup. Come spend some time. I know it's early, the start of a new day.
Uh-oh.
No need to worry.
Boss is here.
Let me know when you're off air.
Yes, sir. 1 second. I got to sing for the fans. Give me 1 second, sir.
Local Cafe. Chill out with us today.
Seeing someone sing and dance to put off the boss is a new experience.
You damn right, baby. All right,
Don't say
guys.
that. You'll get her started.
Local Cafe.
We're not having karaoke at Fat Camp, right?
Hey, maybe. All right, guys, we love you. Got a meeting with the boss. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. Take care, y'all.